But Sarah got tired of waiting and created an Ishmael. Hi guys, it's Yolanda. Welcome back to the channel if you're returning, and welcome if you are new here. Compromising. I believe that this is one of the topics that I still wrestle with from time to time. But I've come to realize after maturing in the Word and spending time with the Lord, it's been more of a, this is what God says and this is what I'm going to stand on. So what is a compromise? When we compromise, we're trying to accommodate someone who doesn't really believe the Word of God. They don't understand it. They don't understand His standards and or God's law. And when we do this, it creates, I know for myself, it creates a battle with my spirit and my flesh. It makes me feel very uncomfortable that I am compromising what I know to be true, and that's God, the Word of God. Be careful to do what the Lord your God has commanded you to do, and don't turn right or left. And when I think about this, I think about the story of King Jehoshaphat, how he makes a almost life-altering compromise with King Ahab, a very wicked king, and this almost cost him his life. So the Word tells us how serious it is when we try to compromise to please others, to please people, when we should be focusing on pleasing God, doing whatever God tells us to do. In my videos, you'll always hear me say, make up your mind, because that is where everything starts, with a thought. So in order for us to get to a point where we stop compromising, where we are getting to a point where we understand, hey, I am going to stand firm on whatever God said, because this is what I know to be true, despite whatever the person may feel, think, or say. And we have to be careful, because a lot of times we find ourselves compromising for our significant others, or for someone that may not have the same relationship you have with the Lord. It seems to be the people that are closest to you that gets you to that place of compromise, because you're trying to, you know what to do, you know the right thing to do, but you're also trying to accommodate them. How do we stop compromise? The first thing you have to do is make up your mind. Listen, to that person, whoever it is, my mind is made up. You know, this is what the Word says and this is what I'm going to do. Secondly, you're going to have to stand firm. You're going to have to stand firm on the Word of God. You're going to have to stand firm and say, hey, this is what God is saying, and this is what I believe. This is what I know to be true. The third thing you're going to have to do is really take authority over that situation. Not over the person, but over whatever it is that they're bringing to you, because our focus is not to please people, but to please God. Fourth thing is, you're really going to have to spend more time with the Lord. Spending time with the Lord is going to build your faith. It's going to build your trust in the Lord. You're going to be able to see the Lord more. The more you seek the Lord, the more you will see the Lord in your everyday life. And the fifth thing, refer back to number 2. You're going to have to stand firm on the Word of God. And you know, those things sound simple to do, but let me be very transparent. It is very difficult when you are dealing with your significant other, your family, your immediate family is very difficult. So this is why we must stay close to the Lord when it comes to compromise, because compromising, we don't want to end up with the Ishmael. God gave Abraham a promise that he would have him a son, but Sarah got tired of waiting and created an Ishmael, and then a whole other slew of problems happened just because of that one decision they made. So be careful in this time that you really seek the Lord and really stand firm on His Word, because one thing I know about God, that He is faithful. He will never leave or forsake us, and He makes good on all of His promises.